two new gaming mouses, mice from Pwnage, and they're made out of carbon fiber composite. And they also have pretty amazing performance. Are these mouses gonna be for you? Let's go ahead and find out. Now that seems to be everything inside the box. Very nice packaging, pretty secured, pretty premium actually. It came with a lot of different stuffs, even a mouse pad. But yeah, I'm very impressed with the unboxing. Now first impressions on the mouses, mice, I think they look very cool, especially the holes. You already know it's from Pwnage. The way they put holes on their mouse, I think it looks very cool, really adds some personality or touch to the looks. I personally really like it. Now as you can see, we also have some solid sides over here, but they do provide some options if you want a solid one or the one with holes, which I'm guessing is gonna be way lighter, or not way lighter, but a little bit lighter. Oh wait, I'm sorry, the one with the options to have holes or just a solid side is only for the carbon fiber Trinity. I don't really see any options to add some holes for the carbon fiber StormBreaker Max. But yeah, I really appreciate the solid sides over here. Some really don't like the feel of holes. For me personally, I don't really mind them a lot, but yeah, very nice option to have. Now if you don't like these colors, worry not, because there's a lot of different colorways. For the Trinity, we have black, we have the platinum over here, which I have. We also have Nacho and Sakura Samurai. Then for the StormBreaker Max, we do have two original editions, which is the black and the platinum. But for the limited edition, we do have the Nacho, Carnage, Ninja, and Frostfire. Now the variation I got for the carbon fiber StormBreaker Max over here is not on the normal lists of variations, because this is a collaboration with Wuzzy, WHZY. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it right. But yeah, that is also the reason why the unboxing is so premium, because it's the collector's edition box set. But yeah, all of the different variations look amazing to me. I really love it. I think there's definitely gonna be at least one that you'd really like. Now other than looking amazing, they are also very durable. There's a little bit of flex over here, but very minimal, and you would have to press like kind of crazy, like abnormally crazy. You would really have to press down kind of hard for it to flex, which I don't think will happen in game. But yeah, both of them are made from carbon fiber composite, a pretty premium material because they're pretty durable while at the same time being light. Now for the coating, I really like it. I do not need any grips. They don't just look nice, they also feel nice. But hey, if you need the grips, you do have some on the box. But okay, before we move on to the clicks, let's go ahead and have a little sound test. They do sound pretty nice to me and unique. I do think they sound pretty decent. Now for the feeling, I also really like it. Pretty snappy for the main clicks over here on both mouses. Very minimal post pre-travel. Very snappy and instant clicks. Now they are both optical Omron switches. Now if you know me, I really like optical switches. It uses light, so less double click. Now moving on to the side buttons. Now I'm not 100% sure if it's just for this unit or my specific unit, but there is a lot of mush, as you can see on the Trinity over here. It's more on the back side button over here. Like you can see, that's a lot of post travel. Like I don't know, I can kind of see the insides over there flexing where the side button is positioned, but yeah, not really much on the front, but there is definitely still some mush. On the other hand though, the StormBreaker Max CF, very amazing side buttons, not really mushy. You can kind of get it to flex, but you really have to press kind of hard, which I don't think you will do. And actually, if you don't really press that hard on the side buttons, you kind of don't really get the flex or the mushiness over here. They're still pretty snappy, but yeah, there is definitely some mush if you press a little hard. Maybe, I don't know if how hard you'll press your side buttons. There's a little bit of a side to side action, but very minimal really. Now for the scroll wheels, they do have pretty similar textures. They are not too tight, not too little or too loose. They're also pretty easy to spam. That is for both mice. It's just a little bit tighter over here, I guess, on the StormBreaker Max. But yeah, not really much a big difference. I think both scroll wheels feel amazing. Now moving on to the weight. Now for the Trinity, it apparently has around 37 grams. So let's see. I'm just gonna remove this because who knows. But I don't really think it will affect it that much. But yeah, now that we've removed it, 40.9 grams. So there's a little bit of a difference between the said weight, but you know, not really that big of a difference. And for the StormBreaker Max, it apparently has around 45 grams of weight. Okay, let's see here. 48.1. Okay, not that far. Pretty impressive, especially for the size. It is quite big. But yeah, both mice are very lightweight. Now for the shape, focusing first on the StormBreaker Max CF over here. Like you saw, it does have an ergonomic shape. There's also the Max version of the StormBreaker, so it's like a bigger version of that. And not gonna lie, I still do find it pretty nice feeling. It's not too big for me. I really appreciate that hump over here. Yeah, for my claw kind of palm grip, it does feel pretty good. I do have 18 by 8 centimeter hands, by the way. Now for the similar shapes, it is pretty similar to the Model D from Glorious and also from Pulsar, the X Lite large. Also kind of similar to the Razer Mamba, but I think it looks more similar to the Dat Adder V3. So yeah. And by the way, credits to Elo Shapes for those shape comparisons. Now for the Trinity, it is ambidextrous, as you can see. It also does feel pretty nice to me. I don't have any problems with the hump. I really like humps. It does feel pretty comfortable for me with my claw palm grip kind of grip, and with my 18 by 8 centimeter hands, I don't have any problems with it. Now it is pretty similar to the Pwnage Sim 2, also pretty similar to the Ajaz AJ199, as well as the Hitscan Hyperlight, also the Viper Mini. Dang, there's a lot of similar shapes, but yeah, again, credits to Elo Shapes for all of those. But yeah, I think this is a pretty safe shape. A lot of people would like it, myself included. But okay, now moving on to the performance. They actually both have pretty good performance, and they're pretty much the same. They both can go up to 8,000 hertz polling rate. They do have the Xero XERO sensor, which from what I can see is pretty similar to the 3950. Pretty nice and latest sensors, and it does have dual high-speed chips, so 8K ready for both wired and wireless. Now for the battery life, they're also kind of similar. They do have around 160 hours of office battery life apparently, but for some reason for the gaming battery life, we have 90 for the StormBreaker Max Woozy version, but it's apparently 100 hours for the non-Woozy, like just the normal StormBreaker Max. And then for the Trinity over here, it's also 100 hours for the gaming battery life. And then they're both gonna be full charged with just around 2 hours of charging. That is pretty impressive. Also considering the weight of these mice, those are amazing hours. And as you saw, it did came with screwdrivers, like little screwdrivers on the box, so you can adjust the sensor positioning. So that is also a pretty nice feature we have over here. But yeah, it also does have web-based software that we're gonna check out actually now. We're also gonna test them out on the polling rate tester app. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and plug these mouse in. But okay, I have the mice plugged in, and right now I have the web-based software as well. It is pretty easy to access, so I have the website over here, or where you can buy the mouse. Just scroll down a little bit until you see this drivers, and then after that, just go to Pwnage Web Hub. And yeah, we're here. But yeah, I have the Trinity over here and the StormBreaker Max. I'm pretty sure they have pretty similar software, but yeah, as you can see here, let's connect the Trinity. So here we can change the polling rate, DPI, see the battery life, sleep time, more customizations on the DPI, motion sync, lift off distance, button mapping. You can get pretty customizable, as you can see, keyboard functions, control functions. And then we can also have macros, but it is still on the coming soon, but we should have macros in the future. But yeah, we can also change profiles, And yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. We can also enter help center and community. And let's just double check the StormBreaker Max CF over here. Yeah, we can also change the polling rate, set it to 8,000. Pretty much the same. Pretty nice and simple software. I don't have any problems with it. Pretty easy to access as well. But okay, now let's go ahead and test this out on the polling rate tester. I unplugged the StormBreaker Max right now, so let's just focus on the Trinity for now. 8,000 hertz. Let's see. Yeah. That is pretty consistent 8,000 hertz polling rate, and that is on wireless. But yeah, this should also be 8,000 hertz on wired. And so you know what, I'm gonna use the StormBreaker Max wired so that you can see that it can also do 8,000 hertz. This is now the StormBreaker Max CF. Yeah, ignore the drop, I kind of stopped moving. As you can see, it is pretty consistent 8,000 hertz polling rate. Very nice. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and test this out more in game. Hey, what?
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, just like that,
What the?
Traded. I'm gonna accomplish, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, they flash.
They're in water.
Water on the beat, ho.
One
Water
enemy
last.
No.
Plant
Plant a spike. Here.
Whoa!
My bad. I'm stunned. Oh!
Cutting through. Lights out. My ult's ready.
You did.
Yeah.
See you,
Alright, bro.
see you.
I drop in a smoke. One enemy remaining.
Heaven last.
Heaven.
Wait.
So after playing and testing with the Carbon Fiber Trinity and the Carbon Fiber StormBreaker Max, here's my experience so far. Now gaming wise, they both felt amazing. I don't have any problems with the performance, with the 8,000 hertz polling rate. The responsiveness of the sensor, the clicks, I have no problems with it. It didn't hold me back when I was gaming. I was able to perform my best. Now as you saw from the gameplay, from the clips, I was able to get amazing kills, but you'll notice that I was using mostly the Trinity more compared to the StormBreaker Max. And the reason for that is I kind of found the Trinity a little bit more comfortable for me personally. But I'm not saying the Carbon Fiber Max is uncomfortable. I had no problems using it as well. It's just that I kind of prefer this a little bit more personally, or at least for my hand size and grip, because you know I kind of have pretty unique grip, and of course hand size we're not gonna have the same. And I guess you could say I'm just more used to an ambidextrous shape, since you know this is an ergonomic shape, but I really do like the ergonomic shape. It is very comfortable. So yeah, that's why you'll notice me using the Trinity more on the clips, on the gameplay. Now I didn't really have any major problems with the stock skates, but I personally find them a little scratchy, not gonna lie, on my glass pad on the Guardian by Tekusai. So I went ahead and used some Unusual Way Sports Silver Foxes. As you can see, dot skates. I personally like it more, and I think it performs better on my mouse pad. As I mentioned earlier, the coating is pretty nice already. I don't really feel the need to add some grips, but I kinda got used to having these little patches of grips to remind me where to put my hands on. So yeah, that's why I did put a little bit of a super grips over there. But yeah, other than that, I didn't really experience any issues with the mouse when gaming, when using it for, you know, daily use, browsing and stuff like that. Didn't really experience any issues for both mice. Now, I don't really use the side buttons much, but as you saw earlier when we were checking out the buttons, they are a little bit mushy. Yeah, I can definitely see some people not liking the side buttons. But for me personally, that's someone that doesn't use the side buttons much, I don't have any problems with the whole mouse, because yeah. Now I didn't really feel the need to change the sensor position, but you know, if you do have a past mouse that you really like the sensor position of, or you just kinda got used to it, then you can change that. You can actually now see it in ELO shapes, the sensor position, which is amazing. Or you know, if you still have your mouse with you, you can just, you know, kinda eye it. But yeah, very nice option to change the sensor positioning. Now for the mouse pad, I also want to give you guys a little review of my experience here. I did try it a little bit. Now it is a pretty controlled mouse pad, I would say, and not gonna lie, the backing is not really that grippy. It definitely has some grip and definitely helps to keep the mouse pad in place, but in my experience, it's not really that grippy. Or maybe it's just because the surface I'm putting it on, something like that. But yeah, it is definitely, it does move when I use it. So yeah, that is something. I do like its softness though. The stitching is also pretty nice, and I think it's just a little bit, I don't know, I don't really know if I'll call it below the surface stitching, because it's like very close to the surface. It's like aligned. It's not below the surface, it's not above the surface. I'd prefer if the stitching is a little bit more below the surface. The size is also not really that small for me personally, but it's definitely not like big, but hey. And I think if you really like controlled mouse pads, then you might like this. But for me personally, I think it is a little bit too slow for my liking, and I'm kind of pretty used to glass mouse pads now, so yeah, that's why I didn't really use this much. But hey, it is a pretty decent mouse pad. I think the design looks pretty cool. But yeah, the backing I think can use some work. For the battery life, I'm gonna be very honest, I was not really able to get it to die since I'm kind of used to charging my mouse almost every day, like before I sleep or when I'm gonna eat, doing something. I just let it charge there when I'm not using it or when I'm editing. So yeah, it didn't really die on me. So would I recommend it? Now you can get this for as low as around $139, or I'm sorry, $132 actually with discount code MIGSS. But yeah, that is for the simple colorways though. If you want the little bit more colorful like Nacho and the Sakura Samurai, that's gonna be a bit more expensive. Now it's a different story though if you really want the Woozy version over here of the StormBreaker Max. That's gonna be $179, but with discount code MIGSS it'll be $170. Still though, there's definitely a jump in price, but in exchange you're getting the collector's box with that premium unboxing with all those different stuffs inside, limited edition card, and you know, it's a collaboration with Rizzy, so I don't know if that's gonna be limited. I think it will be limited. If you really like the colorway and all those different stuff that comes inside the mouse, then yeah, I can see you getting the $170 being worth it as well, and especially if you're a huge fan of Wizzy, you know, or WHZY. I'm sorry again if I'm not pronouncing it right. But yeah, if you just want the mouse and you don't really care about the collector's box and all those different stuffs and this colorway, you don't really prefer this one, or you have a different preferred colorway that is in the original StormBreaker Max, then yeah, you should get that. It'll be much cheaper. So yeah, for around those prices that I mentioned, is this worth it? Would I recommend it? I think it is. Yeah, for as low as $132, that is a pretty good price for a carbon fiber composite mouse with a pretty premium experience, premium performance, and I think again it does look amazing. Yeah, I think that is a worth it price. You know, carbon composite is not really that cheap. So yeah, I'll go ahead and put this mouse's first link in the description if you're interested, and please use my discount code MIGSS when buying, and you can also use my affiliate links to support the channel. And a little disclaimer, this mice are sent to me by Pwnage, but that won't change my review. Everything that you've been hearing me say about this mice are my honest opinions and review. So yeah, I pray and hope that this video helped you in some way. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.